Some people say all this doesn't mean anything, but after watching these 5 scenes in a row, it's hard to ignore them. First, we see how Jungkook couldn't stop smiling every time he looked at Jimin, even when he was just seeing him on the giant screen. Then we analyze that funny break during Dynamite, where he ended up copying one of Jimin's moves. Later came another moment that drove fans wild, the two of them sitting together, completely relaxed. As if that wasn't enough, Jungkook again showed how observant he is by noticing Jimin's sticker. And the ending, with Jimin's beautiful gesture toward a little army, simply won everyone over. When Jungkook finishes singing his part on stage, he gazes at Jimin with a beautiful smile, simply because he's right next to his boyfriend, completely charmed and happy to have the blonde boy there with him. It's so sweet to see the way they look at each other, and the tenderness doesn't stop there. A little later, when Jungkook is walking a bit away from Jimin, he looks for him with his eyes and admires him again on the big screen with that same beautiful smile that belongs to Jimin. All of this shows that Jungkook is head over heels in love and that his relationship with Jimin is real, because they always look out for each other and admire each other every second of their performances. For all of us who love Jikook, seeing this is the clearest proof that they are together and love each other very much, since those looks of pure love can't be hidden or disguised in front of so many cameras. Jungkook shows us that nothing is more important to him than seeing Jimin happy, and that's why every time he's near him or sees him on screen, his smile shines with that beautiful connection that only the two of them share as a couple. Continuing with that same moment, the way Jungkook gazes at Jimin, completely captivated, confirms why they are one of the most beautiful and genuine couples in the world, since these small actions are giant signs of their love. It's not acting or anything contrived, it's simply Jungkook being completely transparent and showing that Jimin is his favorite person in the entire universe, looking at him with that unique tenderness that only arises when there's a genuine feeling between partners. Just look at what happens during the Dynamite dance break. Because, of course, they can never have a normal, boring performance, right? Every move, every expression, and that massive energy they put on stage makes everything super fun and exciting for us Jikook fans. The most incredible thing about this moment is that we got to see Jungkook imitating Jimin's dance moves, and he did it so well, showing that he pays close attention to everything his sweetheart does on stage. This beautiful interaction is a clear sign that Jikook knows exactly how to enjoy every second when they're together, turning a simple dance into a giant testament to their beautiful relationship. BTS being BTS and providing the best entertainment, even during the dance break. We fans go crazy with love seeing Jungkook admire Jimin's moves so much and have fun imitating him with that beautiful confidence that only exists between two people who love each other and share a super special connection. Every detail of this moment reminds us why Jikook is such a real and genuine couple, because those laughs, those shared steps, and the joy of being together can't be faked or hidden in any way. Seeing Jungkook dancing and celebrating with Jimin makes it abundantly clear that their love is strong, fun, and incredibly close, making us love every video even more, where we can see that they are made for each other and that their relationship is the most beautiful thing in the world. Look at our beautiful Jikook sitting together, there's simply nothing cuter than seeing them calm and relaxed, sharing a moment alone. When I see them sitting there, side by side, I realize they don't need a big event or a camera nearby to show they're a real couple and that they love each other with all their hearts. That simple moment, where they just share the space, is more than enough to make my heart race and fill me with joy, because the peace they feel when they're close to each other is so evident. It's incredible how good they look together. They're a couple that shines on its own, the loves of my life, and the ones who make us sigh every single day. Seeing them like this, so connected, is the sign all fans need to confirm that what they have is something permanent, something that doesn't change and remains strong in any situation. Jikook forever is the only thing we can think when we see how well they fit together, radiating such a beautiful energy that makes us feel part of their happiness in every little moment they choose to share with us. That moment of calm is, without a doubt, one of the clearest proofs of their relationship, demonstrating that their love is natural and sincere. They don't have to do anything extraordinary for us to notice that special spark, because simply by sitting together, Jikook confirms that they are meant for each other and that their connection is absolute. This moment was so incredibly sweet, we can't let it go unnoticed. It all happens when someone sticks a sticker on Jimin's shirt, and Jungkook, in the most adorable way possible, quickly approaches, pointing at it to see exactly what it is. It's clear that Jungkook is always attentive to Jimin's every detail, looking out for him and making sure he's okay at all times. It was such a sweet scene that shows us, once again, that Jungkook's eyes are always on Jimin, no matter who else is around or what's happening in the environment. Afterward, Jungkook lets Jin help him with the sticker because he has to get back on stage soon, but that initial gesture of concern and closeness said it all. When I see scenes like this, I immediately remember when Jungkook said, "Jimin, no matter what I say, I'm always watching over you." It's the perfect phrase to describe what we feel watching this video because it confirms that Jimin is Jungkook's absolute priority and that he will always be there, watching over and protecting his partner no matter what. What we saw here is a direct sign of their relationship, because it shows us that Jungkook cares for Jimin like no one else does, with an affection that's obvious from miles away. Every time Jungkook reacts this way to something that happens to Jimin, it becomes crystal clear that his attention is completely focused on him, validating what we've always thought, that Jikook is a real relationship, based on mutual care and a love that doesn't need words, but rather constant actions that we can all see and enjoy in each of their videos. Jimin's heart is so warm and pure that words fall short of describing such kindness and nobility in a single moment. It all happens when Jimin decides to give his keychain to a little army, hugs her with immense affection, and gives her a sweet kiss on the cheek, a truly precious moment that simply melts our hearts completely. You can feel all the love, respect, and infinite tenderness that Jimin has for children, demonstrating that he is a wonderful person not only on the outside but also because of the beautiful kindness he carries within and always shares with everyone around him in a sincere and transparent way. This pure act is a direct sign of how special Jimin is and how he always gives genuine affection, reminding us of the beautiful human qualities he possesses every day in front of the cameras. Seeing him treat that little girl with such sweetness, patience, and dedication confirms the kind of human being he is, someone who always seeks to leave a beautiful mark and an unforgettable memory on the people fortunate enough to cross his path. Each of these actions demonstrates the immense affection he conveys in every public appearance, making him an absolute example of empathy, nobility, and love for those who unconditionally support him every step of the way in his remarkable career. For all of us who admire him, witnessing these kinds of interactions reinforces the idea that his sensitivity is one of his most beautiful, admirable, and genuine qualities. He is not only an exceptionally talented and commanding artist on stage, but also someone who attends to every little detail and shows unparalleled tenderness with children, forging a profound connection with all who value his enormous heart. These everyday yet meaningful actions make us love him even more, confirming that his tenderness is completely real and forms part of the beautiful essence that characterizes him every day in the eyes of the world. Every display of affection like this reminds us why he holds such an important place in our lives, revealing a human side that inspires us to be better people every day. It's truly touching to witness how a simple gesture, like giving a keychain or a tender kiss on the cheek, can completely brighten the day of a fan and all of us who are fortunate enough to see his kindness. This natural goodness is something that comes from the soul, and Jimin demonstrates it once again with genuine actions filled with a feeling that can never be faked or hidden. Thank you, Jimin, for giving this little army an unforgettable memory that she will surely carry in her heart forever, making us so proud to follow in his footsteps and support his career. These noble gestures demonstrate the warmth of his soul, further solidifying the immense affection we all have for him when we see him shine with that unique light that always accompanies him wherever he goes. It's a perfect example of his beautiful nature, making us cherish every moment we can witness his great. We kicked things off in the most exciting and anticipated way with individual moments from our beloved Jikook on the first day of soundcheck in Arlington, Texas, where the surprises, screams of excitement, and good vibes began the moment they stepped on stage. First, we have Jimin all smiles, exuding that light, sweet, radiant, and utterly charming demeanor that compels us to stop and admire him in silence, savoring every second with a tranquility that transmits peace and happiness to all of us watching from our screens. And Jungkook. Well, our adored bunny appeared wearing dark glasses, firmly holding the microphone, and radiating an imposing, charismatic, and overwhelming presence that should be considered a real threat to the emotional stability of all Jikook fans. the confident, masculine, and incredibly attractive demeanor with which he commanded the stage left everyone breathless, showcasing an intense and powerful side that beautifully contrasts with Jimin's unparalleled tenderness. This creates a perfect visual combination that quickens the heartbeat of anyone fortunate enough to watch them closely during each rehearsal before the big show. Two completely individual moments, two totally different, contrasting, and opposite styles, but at the end of the day, they generate the same overwhelming result in our hearts. We are completely in love with them. Seeing them shine so brilliantly confirms their immense talent, demonstrating that whether sharing the stage or shining separately, they possess a natural magnetism that is impossible to ignore. Every detail of their outfits, their relaxed posture, and the overwhelming energy they exude on stage builds a magical atmosphere that completely captivates us, making every second of this rehearsal worthwhile and creating an unforgettable memory for the entire community that closely follows their every move. This concert was truly filled with so many wonderful surprises that we enjoyed from beginning to end, completely exceeding all our expectations and gifting us with visual moments that are worth their weight in gold for those of us who follow this beautiful journey with such passion. For all of us who support this relationship, watching them shine so brightly on stage fills us with immense emotion, reminding us why they captivate us so much, both individually and as a couple, solidifying a bond that feels increasingly strong, sincere, transparent, and evident to all of us who admire their remarkable artistic and personal journey. The unparalleled energy they transmit during every soundcheck demonstrates that they are experiencing an incredible moment in their lives, and leaves us with sky-high expectations, eagerly awaiting today, on the second day of performances, when they will once again fill us with even more unforgettable moments that we can treasure and relive forever with the same enthusiasm. There are precise moments when Jungkook looks at Jimin in such a special, unique, profound, and genuinely heartfelt way that it touches something deeply within us, making us sigh instantly and pause to reflect on how beautiful and real their bond is. In that gaze, there is so much more than a simple, casual smile or a common gesture in front of the cameras of the thousands of fans who follow them daily. There is something incredibly tender, sincere, and overflowing in the exact way his eyes soften completely, and how the corners of his eyes gently crinkle each time he looks at Jimin, as if simply having him in front of him and being able to contemplate him attentively brings a silent, complete, immense, and absolute happiness to his heart. Sometimes, seeing so much devotion, care, and attention in a single scene, it's completely impossible not to wonder how one person can harbor such an immense amount of love and affection for another amidst their busy lives and professional commitments. Perhaps true, sincere, and romantic love is precisely that, finding peace, refuge, calm, and absolute happiness in the simple presence of that special person who has become completely indispensable in their world. This kind of connection goes far beyond the ordinary, constantly reflected in subtle, natural, and everyday details like smiling without even realizing it, simply because the person in front of you is also smiling with that same intensity and happiness. It's a direct, clear, powerful, and evident sign of how strong the romantic bond between Jikook is, demonstrating once and for all that their relationship is nourished by honest glances, unwavering support, and a feeling that needs no words or elaborate explanations to be completely real in the eyes of the world. Each of these small, everyday acts reinforces the absolute certainty that their relationship is a reflection of pure, constant, and true affection, where every tender gesture becomes undeniable proof of their beautiful union as a couple. Seeing Jungkook lose himself in Jimin's gaze so openly reminds us why Jikook is one of the most beautiful, followed, and beloved couples in the world, making us cherish every second of their shared history and their daily lives. It's a perfect example of complicity, respect, and mutual devotion, solidifying a love so immense that it overflows in every expression and continues to gift us with the sweetest, most magical, and memorable moments that we all enjoy with open hearts. All of this demonstrates that their relationship is a clear example of how true love is built with knowing glances, sincere smiles, and a presence that illuminates absolutely everything in its path. Every time we observe these beautiful details, the certainty that Jikook is more united than ever grows stronger, filling our days with a beautiful emotion that inspires us to continue celebrating and supporting their beautiful story with the same strength and affection as always.